The undisputed lightweight championship.
Here we go. One round, first round scheduled for 10. Paez immediately landed a right, and Spann came back to the body. Spann said he's concerned about the head of Paez moving in on him.
Well, they just
Last fight
right
we
there.
saw in April with Lupi Suarez was stopped. It was a technical draw because of a headbutt with Paez.
Well, as you said that, they banged heads inside. Nothing happened because of it, but it may be important of things to come.
Spann throwing more punches in the early going and working the body as well. And your CompuBox statistic about the very few jabs thrown by Paez, you can see it here. Does land it right, though.
Well, he looks to slip a lot and bend his head in there and wing his punches.
Spann landing to the body. He told us he wanted to be effective with the body and then lands one to the head. And Paez counters to the body and then a left and a right. Good action-packed first round. A good right from Paez. And Paez again.
Spann is hurt.
Jorge Paez landing on Tracy Spann. Paez's people said they wanted a first round knockout. Spann countered with a right.
And wobbled Paez with that right hook. Remember, Nacho Huizar said Paez wants to go for a knockout in the first round.
An action-packed first half of the first round. And Paez landing with the left.
There goes that right uppercut. Landed square on the chin.
Step back, step back.
Went down to him minutes ago in round one. Spann was shaken, but he's never been down in his career, amateur or professional. Although he's hit pretty hard here in the first round tonight. And now up against the ropes. Paez just cutely walks away and drops his gloves and fakes the bolo punch and lands a right and a left. What a first round for Jorge Paez.
I notice Paez is dropping that left hand a little bit on the inside, and he better beware of that because that right hook is coming dangerously close to his chin from Tracy Spann.
Spann was able to land a body blow on the right hook.
Another great right uppercut from Paez.
And Paez with the chopping right hand.
Terry Smith warning Paez for holding with one hand and hitting with the other.
Paez walks in and lands another right. Spann leaving himself wide open in this first round and entertaining an exciting one, perhaps in the corner of Jorge Paez. In Jorge Paez. So round two. And we're joined at ringside by Tony Lopez, another Sacramento native, the IBF Junior Lightweight Champion, who went the distance with Jorge Paez, who puts on a little show against the ropes. And Tony Lopez, did that first round surprise you at all?
Yeah, it did. He came out a lot smarter actually. He's moving real well. He's punching real well. He's doing what he should do.
Put a lot of pressure on him. He said he was going to do that from the outset, and he has been sticking to his game plan.
Tony and Loreto Garza, the two Sacramento world champions, both from this town. We will see Tony next month against Lupi Gutierrez, July 12th on TBKO from Caesars Lake Tahoe.
Tony, I sat here for your fight with Paez. He never landed those straight hard shots on you like that. Yeah. A little bit more evasive.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad too.
Paez has slowed down a little bit, and Spann able to land the jab.
That right hook got in from Spann. Did you feel Paez's power was very effective at 130 pounds, Tony, when you fought him?
To tell you the truth, I didn't really think he was going to be as powerful as he's shown right now. Because at 130, he really didn't seem to be as strong.
Exactly.
That's what everyone said, Tony, that he just couldn't punch hard enough to beat you. And Spann gets another jab in.
But I think, Tony, what you're saying is he looks stronger at 135 than at 130?
He does.
Yeah.
And it's showing on Spann a little bit.
But Spann's hitting him quite low below the belt there, and Paez is giving him a sign, hey, those were straying a little low below the border here.
We don't have the action here in the second round that we did in the first, and Spann's able to land some more punches as a result. Final minute now of the second round, and a better one for Tracy Spann. Part of that, the inactivity of Paez here in the second. Paez just not doing anything. Now he comes in a little bit.
Well, he's got to catch a little bit of a breather because he really went out there and did a lot of work in that first round. What he does have Tracy Spann's respect right now, that is for sure, because he's backing him up.
And the large Mexican population of Sacramento behind Jorge Paez, shouting his name. They want to urge him on here in the second round after the taste he gave them in the first. And Spann with a couple of body blows.
Vicious body blows, and they are going right on the hip, and those will definitely slow you down over the course of an evening.
So playing possum, Jorge Paez is. Spann now able to land in the final seconds of the second round. A much better round for him. All right, it's round 3 scheduled for 10. They touch gloves to start this round as well. Tracy Spann, the southpaw. And they're trading punches in the center of the floor.
Paez landing a couple straight right hands, but Spann landing some devastating body shots right on the hips.
Oh, and Paez caught him again. But Spann able to land more punches inside. Jab, occasionally now flashing from Paez, and he lands a right. Paez has had great success with that right hand tonight.
Well, if there's anything he saw on those tapes, it was probably that Tracy Spann is real hittable with that right hand.
Maybe that came from his corner, because Paez made a point of telling us he doesn't like to watch tapes, because what you see on the tape is not what you get fight night.
Well, you get your instructions from your corner. They should be the ones to really watch the tape.
And a right-left from Paez, but it was countered with the left from Spann. Two of them trading punches. An action-packed fight this evening. Paez slipping that one, and again the crowd gets behind him here in the third round. Paez with the uppercut, and then lands with a left.
Ooh.
And Spann catches Paez. Oh, he's down! Paez is down! For just the second time in his professional career, Jorge Paez is down! Gets up and loses his mouthpiece. And he winks over to a corner claiming it's a low blow. But he's fighting without his mouthpiece here. It's in the corner, and they're trying to get the referee's attention. And Spann lands again, and a left!
Well, Paez better keep those hands up and close inside. Spann is just too hard of a hitter to be trading punches with.
And now it's stopped. Terry Smith,
the mouthpiece was lost in the corner,
sitting on the floor. And the crowd doesn't understand why it's stopped, but they want to get the mouthpiece. After he got up from the knockdown, the mouthpiece fell out. Paez puts his hand out and then goes to work. And Spann lands another quick left.
Oh, watch your heads, watch your heads.
Warning from Terry Smith to watch the heads. Spann lands. It was a great first round for Jorge Paez, with even better third round for Tracy Spann as he drops the #3 contender.
Well, we pointed it out earlier that that left hand of Paez was down, and that's exactly what it got caught with, that right hook from Tracy Spann.
Paez says, come on, come on.
You're used to a straight right hand on an orthodox fighter.
Now the fourth round. Paez winked as he walked off, stood up on a stool, waved to the crowd, and claimed he wasn't hurt.
Just nailed Spann with a great right hand. Well, if I were in Paez's corner, I'd tell him, hey, go ahead and slug if you want, but don't stand up. Keep your chin down and your hands up in close.
Spann has shown he can be hit tonight.
Right.
Paez has hit him with some good shots. There are openings there.
I'll tell you what, Paez has got to be in great shape to be able to get up and act as fresh as he is now from that knockdown.
Tony Lopez is still with us. Tony, you weren't able to drop Paez.
No, I wasn't. I'm kind of amazed. He's really hard to hit, and that was a good shot he caught him with.
Well, you got to remember, you're an orthodox fighter, Tony. Those southpaws, their punches come out of the opposite direction they do against a right-hander.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
We're in the 4th round. Jorge Paez, the colorful Mexican boxer, dropped for only the 2nd time in his career in the 3rd round. He had a very strong 1st round, but then Tracy Spann came on. And Paez has a right in there.
Well, normally everybody else Spann hits like that stays down and doesn't get up.
Spann did look a little tired to me at the end of that 3rd round from all those punches he was throwing.
It's got to be a little discouraging when Paez keeps coming at him and starts landing right hands like that.
And they trade hands there. And then Spann puts in the left midway through the 4th round.
Okay, break, step back, step back.
A moment ago, you saw Spann push his head towards Paez. I think he was unhappy with how close Paez's head was to his. Paez covering up with the left hand from Spann. And he misses.
Well, it's a good ploy to let Spann throw off a little steam right here and miss those punches. It takes a lot out of you.
The uppercut misses from Paez. Final minute of the 4th round.
Paez landed a good left hook right hand.
And another right hand from Paez to Spann. He can connect with that right. And another one, and a left! And he has Spann back against the ropes, and Paez goes to work.
Oh, Terry Smith is really getting in the way of a fight that he shouldn't be right now.
He's warning him for pushing with his head, and now Paez goes after Spann again.
Hey. No pushing the face. Okay, now.
Oh. Nacho Huizar is up on the corner, really protesting that.
Paez with an X-rated move in close. The open hand in his face and punching with the right. That's what he was objecting to.
And that's an illegal tactic. Right.
Now Spann tries to pick up the pace here in the 5th round.
Boy.
4 action-packed rounds to see who gets a chance at Pernell Whitaker. And Spann lands with a jab.
Well, here's Paez going southpaw here, and I don't know why. He was looking real effective and right-handed. Or maybe that's why. He just landed 3 great shots.
He's doing that again, holding up his hand. And he's warned again by Terry Smith. He'll deduct a point soon, I'm sure.
He's got to be ready to take a point because it's the 3rd time he's already warned him, and that's usually the limit. Well, Spann's turned the boxer here, which he's not noted for.
Paez landed, and Spann counters with a right.
I think the last thing we would have thought that we'd see Jorge Paez pushing back Tracy Spann, the hardest hitter in the lightweight division.
Well, Spann has looked tired since the latter stages of that 3rd round after he dropped Paez.
Paez just missed getting nailed with that straight left hand.
And Paez landing with a right to the body.
Well, with the exception...
No.
He's doing it again, and again he's just warned by Terry Smith. No point deducted. Paez wants to hold that hand in his face and push off with the open glove.
With the exception of that knockdown, Paez has really been delivering all the punishment in this fight.
And here he comes again. Lands another right. Now he's back to his conventional way of fighting. And another right. The right hand landing at will by Jorge Paez.
Oh!
Spann counters with a left.
Paez has got to keep alternating his hands up.
And Paez with a right. These two landing crushing blows here in the final minute of the 5th round. And another right from Paez. Well, those who thought that as Paez's career was going on and he was just a clown, we're seeing something very different here tonight. Now he goes back to southpaw and landing lefts and rights again. Now he turns around and fights right-handed. And Spann landed a jab, but misses wildly with the right. Starts to hang on, and the heads come together again.
Paez just can't miss Spann with that right hand tonight.
There's blood above Paez's mouth.
And that's his right when he does it. He's got to alternate those hands up in a defensive position when he's punching with the other hand. Paez has only thrown 7 jabs the whole fight.
Spann really took his time getting up to start the 6th round. He's been tired after dropping Paez in the 3rd.
Yeah, I think it's about time, really, if Paez is landing so many punches to the head, he's got to start going to the body more, really, to make this fight effective for him and really slow Spann down. On the other hand, Spann's got to land more punches. He's getting out-punched 4-1, it seems like.
You see Spann doing it from a distance, and Paez landing again. Spann tries to counter. The left hook to the body. Sneaks in a jab. And they both trade right hands.
Spann looks like he still has a lot of power left. He just whipped off a nice right hook, and if it would have landed, would have done some damage, but he's just not hitting it cleanly.
Are you surprised at how many rights have been able to be landed by Paez on Spann?
Not really. I think at the outset of the show, I said what I noticed when I watched the tapes on Spann, right hands and right uppercuts. He was just a sitting duck for it.
Spann able to land a jab.
Keep him up, keep him up.
Left to the body, but warned by Terry Smith to keep him up. Tracy Spann is.
Paez kind of stalking Spann here, blocking and parrying all the punches.
Now he's going hard lefts to the body.
Hold it. Don't push him there. Okay, box.
Terry Smith warns Spann pushing off
with his elbow.
Paez landing a right in that last series.
They just banged heads a little bit in there. Ooh.
Trading punches. Spann with a good left.
It's amazing the resiliency of Spann with the amount of punches he's taken. He still comes back and comes back with hard punches.
Break, step back.
Again, holding off with that left hand and pushes him down.
Watch. Here goes the point.
One point is being deducted finally for the pushing off. There was no knockdown when Spann went to a knee. But now Paez on the attack. And that's the end of the 6th round. And Paez, there he goes, winds him up. That we think it is, that 1 point deducted could become very significant if it goes to the judges' scorecards.
Oh,
Here we start the 7th round.
The knockdown on that point taken away could actually swing this fight in Spann's favor right now.
Those are 2 points right there. Despite the fact that Paez has had the better of Spann pretty much throughout.
Keep him up.
Paez contends here to let Spann expend some energy.
Well, this is what he did last round. He parried, he picks off a lot of punches.
There go the hips again. This is some fight, and still Paez finds time to be the showman.
Well, you got to be in great shape to deliver this type of punishment as well as take this type of punishment, and both these guys are in great shape.
We're in the 7th round in Sacramento, California, scheduled for 10 lightweights.
Well, if I were in Spann's corner, I think I'd be telling him what it looks like he's doing now. He's trying to move that head a little bit more and get out of the way of the punches from Paez, but he's got to get busier. He's got to work the body of Paez to get back in this fight like that.
Okay, break, step back, don't tilt.
Spann again looks a little bit tired from throwing all the punches. The crowd again gets behind Jorge Paez. And he lands another one, Paez does. And Paez again comes on with a good right hand from Jorge. And Spann answers with the jab.
Spann with good concentration in there. He was really eyeballing Paez's head and landed a few good short shots in there.
Tracy Spann is 26-0, but right now he's in the fight of his career. And Jorge Paez lands another right hand.
Landed a tremendous liver shot.
But again, held off with that left hand. He does it again. Terry Smith lets him get away with it here.
Don't put that hand out.
Well, he's been doing it for years. It's the first time I've ever seen him called on it. Terry Smith isn't about to let him do it anymore.
Paez doing some bobbing and weaving, but paying the price in the final minute of the 7th round.
Okay, break, step back, break.
Paez looks over and mugs his corner. Can Paez stand this kind of seeming inactivity for a good portion of the round, knowing the fight is this close? But here he comes on.
Well, yeah, he blocked a lot of punches, but this is the best round Tracy Spann's had in quite a while. He's landed some of his better shots in this round. And Paez is cut badly.
Bleeding
over
from the right eye. Below the right eye and around the right eye socket. Paez bleeding.
Okay, break, step back.
The final seconds of the 7th round.
He's got Chuck Bodak in the corner, who's been working cuts for about a half a century now. He's got the best in his corner. Let's see if he can take care of this. See, it looks like it's in the corner of the eye.
He looks a bit tired as we get ready to start the 8th. Looked like a long between rounds period there.
Well, the clock stops when the doctor comes in the corner, so it may have been a minute 20 rest period.
Might have helped Tracy Spann. And Spann lands and a good solid body punch. And Spann connects with the left.
In all fairness, though, to Paez, he's been hit low, below that belt quite a few times, like those last 2 body shots, and Terry Smith really hasn't said anything about it.
We're in the 8th round scheduled for 10.
See, that's just as illegal a punch as opening up your hand and punching.
Paez was dropped in the 3rd round by Tracy Spann's right. Had a point deducted in the 6th for holding off with one hand and suffered a cut in the 7th. It's been an eventful 7 rounds.
It looks like there's a new cut over that eyelid, or either that other cut is just busted open wide right now because it really looks terrible.
Near the right eye, as you see it coming, you see the blood streaming down the right side of his face. And they trade rights. Spann trying to work that eye. Target practice, that's what he's aiming for.
Paez wiping at him and blinking. It's got to be bothering him.
And Paez lands another right.
Well, so far, he's landed the heavier punches in this round.
Midway through the 8th now. And here comes Paez. And catches Spann with a right as he was stumbling backwards, and Spann hangs on.
John Pearsall urging Spann to put some pressure on Paez and throw some hard shots. He feels he's got his man cut and bleeding right now, that he should put some pressure on him. And that's what he's doing.
He is, and he's landing near that cut area with the left. The blood really streaming down, and lands another left in that area.
One more, I'm going to take a point away.
All right, you heard Terry Smith say one more low blow and you'll lose the point.
All right, those were 2 flagrant low blows right there. Paez landing several hard shots there.
Paez sneaks another right in there. Paez blocking some of those blows from Spann. That's a left to the back side of the kidney. Final 30 seconds of the 8th round. Oh, the blood is really coming down. I mean, that cut is wide open.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, those body shots are really paying off for Paez.
And again, Paez was holding off with one hand. The crowd doesn't like it, but Terry Smith doing the right thing. And that does it for the 8th.
And the blood stopped again by Chuck Bodak in the corner.
Again, they trade punches effectively.
Well, Terry Smith didn't live up to his promise. He said he'd take a point if he hit low again, and he did. And he just told him to keep it up.
Keep him up.
Another right hand by Paez.
Keep him up.
He's saying keep it up. He said earlier, he said the next low blow would be a point deduction. That one he just said keep it up.
And Tracy Spann telling him,
ooh, the right hand from Spann. The two of them slug away in the center of the ring here in the 9th round.
Watch your hands, watch your hands.
And the left from Spann. And Paez up against the ropes. And Spann coming on with the right hook.
Really listening to what Johnny Pearsall told him in the corner. But in all fairness to Paez here, he's been rolling and blocking a lot of those punches. Only a couple have really gotten in.
And Paez comes out swinging.
Oh. Like a madman.
And caught with the right hand, Paez is. Smith breaks the fighters.
Okay, break, sit back.
And now Spann holding on around Paez's arm. Midway through the 9th round.
Spann landing several good shots in there. A left hand over the top and a right uppercut right into the heart. And believe me, that'll hurt you.
But again, Spann looks a little bit fatigued to me. I guess you would be after throwing all those punches. Again, look at him holding on with the right hand.
And he's still got a lot of zip in his punch. Both these men do.
Well, Paez caught him with the right hand again with a minute to go in the 9th. And Spann using the jab, sneaking a right in there as well. Both scoring here in the 9th. And Paez again.
Beautiful 3 punch.
And Paez with a left. And bleeding again, Paez is from that right eye.
Tracy Spann coming back like the warrior he is. He got hit with a great left hook, came back with a 3-punch combination. Wow. I'll tell you, Pernell Whitaker better watch out.
Right.
These two guys did this to each other just to get to him.
Looked a bit low on another Spann left. Final seconds of the 9th round.
Oh, great body shot.
Paez looked low with his punch. He put his arms up and the crowd booed. As for Paez, 7 of his 9 title bouts have gone the distance. Here we go. 3 minutes to go in this fight. And it's a very close one.
Paez threw and landed a jab.
Crowd again chanting for Jorge Paez.
You wouldn't expect him to be chanting for Spann, would you?
That's a fairly even fight, sir. And Spann landing with the jab. And crouching down is Paez. And Paez counters with a left to the body.
Paez, it looks like he wants to let Spann throw a few punches. He wants to slip a little bit, let him throw off a little energy, and then come back.
And Spann was low again.
Terry Smith screamed out. Couldn't see it.
And a good right again from Paez. Here comes Paez again, holding with the left. And now Spann just hanging on. 1:50 to go in the fight.
Oh. Great left hook by Paez, and Spann comes back with 2 or 3 punches of his own. Amazing chin on Tracy Spann. He's still got a lot left in his legs. He's up on his toes, boxing, jabbing.
Jabbing away, midway through the 10th round.
But I really think Tracy Spann should be trying to apply himself here more in this last round because it's too close of a fight to be dancing away from a man.
It may all come down to that 1-point deduction. Trading punches again in the middle of the ring as we near the 1-minute mark in the 10th and final round. Paez landing to the body again, and Terry Smith separates the fighters with a minute to go. Paez on the attack. Landing again and a 30 seconds to go in the fight. Remember, a fighter can be saved by the bell in this round only if that should come into play.
Watch the head now.
Final 10 seconds of this highly entertaining lightweight elimination bout. Oh, it comes on strong. Paez with the bolo fake, and that's it. What a fight. Paez dances away. Spann.
Majority decision, Jorge Maromero Paez.
Tracy Spann losing for the first